Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Good as Gold number 29 on Monday, May 14th. I am OrD, that's ORD, and I am happy to bring you Game 1 of the finals alongside my friend, my brother, my co-caster. It is...
Me?
Yes, you. That was...
Oh, am I supposed to say my name then?
That would have been helpful.
I thought you were going to say my name for me, and then I was going to say hi. Like normally.
Well, I was trying to change that up. I was, in
I
fact... I love that we're just killing time right now during this loading screen.
I know, right? Clearly I haven't played on Metalopolis in a while, because it's definitely me lagging it up right now. But no, my name is Mr.Lefty, and I am the co-caster for this finals, since someone didn't want me for the semifinals.
Oh, quiet. We jumped right into him, and we were more than happy to keep the game moving. The overlay is correct. So we will begin by telling you all that are watching. In the upperish, leftish corner of Metalopolis, we have the yellow Protoss. It is Neurosis.
What side is the left on?
Ish. I said ish. Shout out to all my boys on TKP, says Neurosis. Yeah.
And his opponent at the 6 o'clock position in Metalopolis, the farthest spawn position you can get right now, is the Red Zerg Lunatic. I don't know how to do a long C there. Lunatic.
Yeah, it's actually, I believe it is Lunat. See,
I thought it was Luna.
well, because it's all capitals, so that would mean that it'd be a yell. So, like, you can't just hit the L. You have to hit all of it. L.
Maybe he's on the ICC team. That's why the lowercase I separates it.
The ICC team.
Yeah, like test bug and stuff.
Test bug. What are you talking about?
The ICC Cup. That's a Brood War thing.
Little Zen says hi, hello, VVV Ambush. Oh, hey, you're in the chat room. Hello.
So it looks like Lunatic is going for both an Overlord and Drone Scout. Looks like both players will scout each other at roughly the same time. We see Neurosis has a pylon on the low ground, indicating he does want to go for a fast expand. I'm guessing he'll see the pools down and probably put a forge down first, or on his end in response.
And we see that he does exactly that. A good call.
So we have the Usain Bolt Overlords, as they're called now by DeMuslim, heading over to the top of the map.
I have not heard that one yet. I like
Yeah,
that.
it was pretty good. He was doing that on stream, because usually he's pretty good. He takes his Marines out to try to go find the Overlords and pick them off, but he said these are just too fast now. You can't get the Marine out in time.
I just don't think he can yet. Neurosis says manner, please, as that drone is being extremely annoying to him right now, and I don't know if I like this type of a wall-off. Metalopolis is such a hard map for Protoss to forge fast expanders. There are so many different routes that have to be covered. The cannon does finally go down and the drone gets pushed back, but I just...
This is a preferred map for Protoss, actually, because they can put 2 cannons and cover everything. If you put a cannon at the north side between the gas and the minerals there, you can just have everything covered with 2 cannons. Usually we see a gateway sometimes in front of this pylon to protect it, because that's where Zerg like to hit that with a Baneling bust, is right in that area between the Forge and the Nexus.
Definitely, although that's kind of rare to see Baneling busts against Protoss.
Yeah, it is. It's not very common. It's just sometimes a little weird all in. I mean, every once in a while you see the Zerg throw down a Banelings, because, like, when's the last time a Protoss has seen Banelings?
That's true, and I do like to point out when a player does something awesome like this. We see Lunatic upgrading that metabolic boost, which is 100 gas, and he pulled his drones immediately. So when he got 100 gas dead on, that's nice to see. Now he's added 1 back into gas, presumably to continue with some kind of tech, perhaps looking to go Banelings or something like that later on.
It could be one of the Roach. But again, he doesn't need gas right away. He is going to go attack this probe, make sure no proxy is set up.
We're getting a little bit of that sound hiccup. That probe, unfortunately, double check, saw just about nothing. He did see the expansion was down, but he was not able to get up and check on any gases at all.
So we see the +1 actually going for Neurosis. Like, it's a super quick 1-1. Like, he doesn't even have any units that will benefit from the 1-1.
Oh wow, yeah, that seems greedy and very much like he's looking for a timing attack to come probably when Lunatic begins to set up his third, which I would expect to see fairly soon as we have mostly a macro game going on to this point.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, we see that the five range queen now is definitely not letting that probe get up the base. So Neurosis has no idea what's going on. So it's mildly kind of bold to just be going like +1 with no units because we could see a number of lings come out
We
and
definitely could.
just put some pressure on because he only put down one cannon. And if some lings were to get into the back of the base here behind these Vespane geysers right by the cybercore, I think
Mm-hmm.
it could actually get the cybercore without like too much trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And that could, if he gets the cyber core, then that's going to delay warp gate forever and ever.
Huh, that's
And
interesting. So you're saying that photon cannon probably can't reach the far side of the
right,
cybercore?
yeah. So,
The
but
Zealot is finally out on the map and gets
he does
our...
get one kill after that circling got that probe.
Yep.
We do see Lunatic putting up his third at a relatively early time, um,
Just,
but
yeah, just before that 7:30 mark. It's not particularly early, but it is a little bit greedy, I would say. There are no forward pylons down for Neurosis as he keeps on losing his forward probes.
yeah, that Zealot's going to walk right in here, say I'm a boss until it dies. But
And now the spine crawler goes down almost as a knee-jerk reaction.
yeah, but I think he's just going to get a bunch of spine crawlers. He does put down a Baneling nest. So maybe he will do some kind of bust. But with the third is once it gets up, we should see a transfer of drones because they're pretty well saturated on both bases. It's actually slightly oversaturated on the main, but we're looking pretty good on the natural right now.
We
And
actually did just cast a couple of Lunatics games, and one thing that to note about him is his creep spread suffers a lot. Good to see him already having two active creeps out on the map. Creep tumors, that's the word I was going for. Already going down with that Spire. When he gets a few drones out there on the third, that could become extremely powerful as there's only Immortal and Zealot and the Sentry out for Neurosis so far. Although Lunatic is supply blocked pretty heavily right now as he doesn't even have any Overlords in production.
yeah, but you can just spam a bunch of overlords. That's not bad. I don't really like these immortals coming out of Neurosis. Like he just assumes Lunatic is going for roaches when he's actually not. He's going to show up with a bunch of banelings and mutas, and these immortals are going to be like, I don't do anything. I shoot banelings, but I don't shoot up.
Oh yeah, definitely. And he went with the 4 sentries early on, which is normally a good bet. Now we see Lunatic moving up with some Zerglings, probably just looking for a little bit of scouting information. Gets to see both Immortals and the fact that that Forge was researching. So that probably a worthwhile trade, although didn't need to send 4 Zerglings for it. One may have done the trick.
Yes, I think Lunatic's going to be quite happy to see those immortals. And like, yes, I have mutas, and these things don't do anything against mutas. And sentries, they'll tickle mutas. They might get one or two, but if he masses up enough, there shouldn't be any problem. And we just see like the first anti-air really showing up, and that's that stalker. But Neurosis has gone up to 7 gates, so obviously he is planning to do some kind of big, heavy aggression here shortly.
Oh yeah, 7 gate robo aggression. What
I
I'm
apologize. 8 gates,
eight
technically,
gates. Oh, okay.
because
Uh,
he's got one in front there.
a little bit disappointed to see that he again still does not have any forward pylons. He is pushing out, and well, hopefully he's got a probe with this force, or else it's basically donating these units as Zerg Swarm will be able to overwhelm him in no time.
Yeah, he doesn't
Oh, he's got a warp
seem
prism? Never mind. He's got a mobile warp-in facility. What am I talking about? He's fine.
silly. But it's nice to see that Lunatic has connected his 3 bases with creep, so he can react rather quickly. And he's got these Zerglings in a very good spot to intercept the Protoss army should it decide to go to the main or the third
And
here.
here we go. He's poking on in. He's not bringing an observer, so he can't kill those creep tumors at all. He's got a few more warp-ins coming. A little bit of delayed force fields actually not allowing him to keep the Zerglings away. Ooh, wow! When Immortal getting just pushed back by Banelian explosion, not dying. And now we see that Lunatic has essentially no standing army, so he's got to wait for the next production cycle. Fortunately, he's got a bad rally, and Lunatic just GG's.
Yeah, that rally definitely hurt him. He had a bunch of mutas coming out, but they came out piecemeal and able to get picked off. And Neurosis did a really nice 1-1 timing attack there, and Lunatic just, like, he had scouting, he just didn't have the best army comp.
That's really unfortunate. It's still a pretty even game, but I'm definitely not going to say that I saw a way back in for Lunatic unless something crazy happened.
No, I think Neurosis really hit that timing. Like, if he had attacked, say, 30 seconds to a minute later, he wouldn't have done near as much damage because Lunatic would have had a number of mutas up, and they would have just cut through that army.
Definitely, and it's interesting to see Protoss, with no scouting information, just decide to Forge Fast Expand into Immortals and win the game. So on that note, that is the end of the VOD for game number 1 of the Grand Finals of Good as Gold number 29 on Monday, May 14th. We'll look for the next VOD for game number 2 of Neurosis against Lunatic.